What's up, guys? So back in the shop, I got my 68 C10 up on the lift. So this truck is normally my daily driver. I drive this thing everywhere. I put tons of miles on it. It's got a little LS swap in it, bone stock truck motor with a 4L60 behind it. 4L60 let go on me, and I believe it broke the sun shell inside there, because you heard the noise and you can hear it in there. So I'm pretty sure that's the problem. That's pretty common on these 4L60s. So we were getting ready for power tour. I had the 56 wagon. We were trying to get ready. It had been sitting in the yard for 20 years. But this was going to be my plan B. This was been my super reliable truck, drive anywhere, don't worry about a type truck. About a week before power tour, that's when that happened. Transmission went out on my way home from work and really pushed me to get the wagon, which you can kind of see it right there, ready for power tour, and we did it, and it was great. We had a blast. So the agenda for today is go ahead and just rip this 4L60 out of here, get it on the ground, and get it out to get rebuilt by a guy here locally. And hopefully everything goes well. We can jam it back in. We'll have this baby back on the road. And maybe one day, I don't know, I'd like to put some boost to this thing. It'd be pretty good time. But anyway, that's it. So let's just jump right into it and get this going. All right, so we're up under the truck. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get this drive shaft out of here. Just going to pull the bolts out of the U-joint in the rear, slide it out. I'm hoping to have a plug I can stick in the back of this transmission, because I did not drain the fluid and I don't want it to go everywhere. And then we'll start electrical devices and plugs and all that stuff, and maybe some cooler lines next. Get everything stripped away from the transmission, and then once that's all done, that's it. We'll put the jack under here, get the torque converter bolts all loosened up, pull this cross member, bell housing bolts, pull it out, that easy. Boom, just like that. Never like that. Next thing we're going to do, drive shafts out now. Next thing, I'm going to come back to the front, and I'm going to go ahead and pull some of the electrical wires off for the shift indicator and speed and whatever else it needs. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull these little covers off of the front of the bell housing. I'm going to pull the starter out and probably just zip tie it out of the way. I'm not sure yet. I may disconnect it all the way. I'm not sure. We'll see when I get it down if I can zip tie it somewhere to keep it out of the way for now. If not, I'll disconnect all the wires and get it completely out of the way. And then maybe the cooler lines. And I'm going to also, before I do the cooler lines, I'm going to go ahead and drain the fluid, since this does have a drain plug. And that's the next step. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so we went ahead and we got the fluid drained, torque converter bolts out, disconnected the electrical, but broke the neutral safety switch because these plugs were basically glued in there. There was just, I'm not sure if that was factory. It literally looks like glue. It was stuck so bad when I pulled it, it just snapped the housing. So that's broke. The drain plug would not come out either, of course, so first hit it with the socket, that didn't work, stripped it, put a standard size on it, pounded that on, that stripped it more, and we stuck a cutter on there. It's like a socket with a teeth for rounded bolts. Knocked that on with the hammer a little bit, and cranked it loose. Finally got it loose, took it out, drained the fluid, put that back in for now, but definitely gonna need a new drain plug so far, and a new housing for the, well, a new neutral safety switch. The only thing left now is going to be taking these cooler lines off, which I haven't done yet, no big deal, but they're going to drain some fluid. And then I loosened a couple of the bell housing bolts. We got to finish loosening those. I got to take this emergency brake cable off because this tail shaft's going to hit it when it comes down. And then when all that's set up and we got everything loose and ready, I'll probably go ahead and possibly pull the dipstick out too, just get it out of the way. Then it'll be cross member, which it's going to be a big pain in the butt too. And then drop it down. So I'll go ahead and speed the video up so you don't have to see all my misery. So we sped forward through a lot of that stuff because there may have been some words, whatever. Obviously, like earlier, we got the wiring, drive shaft, torque converter bolts, all that. I have 2 bolts still in the bell housing. They're just kind of there. And I'm getting ready to I want to get the cross member out. I'll take the final couple bolts out of the front. I've got, I don't know if you can see there. Yeah, you can. So I've got wood stacked up. That's under the engine. So whenever I bring this thing down and pull the trans out, the engine doesn't, I don't want it to sag and hang on the mounts, and wiring and whatever else may be tight up there. So I just kind of shimmed it up with some wood. I might have to adjust that a little bit. I'm not sure, but I think we're pretty close. Getting the cross member out is going to be a little bit of a trip. Like I said, it's all loose. I just got to beat it and twist it and get it out of there. That's pretty much it. The cooler lines are off. I don't know if you can see there, but I'm draining them. I'll kind of pan you down a little bit. Draining them right here and letting those kind of just drain out. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and put you in fast forward mode again and then continue on with this, drop it down. That'll be it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right. We got her out of there. So let's take a look around here and just kind of see what's going on. So there's our plugs. Like I said, there was you can see there was some glue, I don't know, some residue from heat maybe. Basically glued that in there, and I'll show you on the transmission what happened as a result of that. Looks like we definitely have a rear main leak. It's right there. It's hard to tell if it's in the camera probably, but it's all wet. And looks like there's some other leaks going on. We got some stuff up here. It's wet, so I'm gonna have to dig around. This thing's probably got about 14 bajillion miles on it. As you can see, this is not me, but apparently this was stripped out. Somebody just hammered a socket on there and said, yeah, I'm good with it. And you know what? Yeah, I've been good with it too. I just stick a 3/8 extension in there. Done. Forget about it. Pull it out, put it in, whatever. And then I got my wood stacked up here to hold the motor up so it ain't hanging. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at here. We're going to do a little, I'm not sure if we'll address this leak here or not. We may just let it just kind of drip. And I think it might be within limits. I don't know. I'll have to check. But anyway, let's go look at this transmission. There she is. All her glory and brokenness. So, my AN fittings that I had on there, just for my cooler lines, makes it a little easier. Had to do that before. Let's see, we got the old converter still in there. We're gonna upgrade that hopefully to a 2200 stall, just give it a little extra bump. Dipstick is out. I'm gonna plug up some holes and stuff. I stuck this yoke in there. You don't have to do that, but I just stuck it in there to keep it from pouring fluid out, but I did drain the fluid, so I'll probably just go ahead and pull this out. And also when I'm taking it down and bebopping around in there, I don't want to damage any of those splines. And with that in there, I feel pretty confident that they're protected. And that's kind of what I was doing there. As you can see, the switch may have had a little, you know, well, you can see because of the way that it is, that it's damaged. So, still a little wet, you know, just from the little random leaks. No big deal, really. So we're gonna get this baby rebuilt locally. Just a guy who does it at his house, and take it over and get that rebuilt. I'm gonna show you one or two other things, and that'll be it. All right, guys, got the drive shaft laying here. Nice, we got it protected on the end there and to keep fluid from leaking. Now, just be careful with your drive shaft. When you take it out, you don't want to drop it. You want to be super careful with it. If you drop it from 6-8 inches, even one end, it could warp that drive shaft and give you a vibration. Got the tools all fairly cleaned up here and in order. So for the next, when we go to put it back in, I just want to show you this real quick. This is something that I do just to keep track of your bolts and hardware. Keep a Plano box around, and you just throw your project bolts in there. Boom, label them with a Sharpie, and that way they're all together. You ain't got nothing laying around. You can see all my stuff's cleaned off, nothing laying around. And when you're done, you take you a little bit of the old Super Tech. That's what I use, Super Tech carb cleaner. Leaves no residue, works really good. It's super cheap. You just spray a little on a rag, wipe it off, done, forget about it, ready for the next project. And you'll be good on that. Get you a headlamp. Got one. This is a really good one on Amazon. Comes up on sale for like 16 bucks. I've worn this for like 9 hours straight, and she never gave up on me. It's really good. I got a couple of them. So I just got to look for them on sale. So, yep, that's about it there. These magnetic trays are nice, obviously. Some safety glasses are a must. And that's about it. So let's... All right, guys, that wraps it up. I'm going to go ahead and load this into my other truck and drive it over to the guy's house. He's about an hour from here. He's a local guy, just rebuilds it at his house on the side. And we're going to try to go to a 2200 stall, hopefully. If not, we'll stay stock. This motor's stock, manifolds, stock cam, everything. Someday I'd like to boost it and try that out. I've never really played with that too much, especially with the LS stuff. I'd love to put a turbo on one of these. I see everybody doing it, but it's not as cheap as they say it is. Let's just say that. And this 4L60 is not going to like that, so that would have to be upgraded probably to an 80 or whatever. But I am going to upgrade to Sunshell in it anyways while we're doing this. And then your regular basic rebuild on that. I'm going to try to maybe fix some of the leaks on this, and hopefully, you know, maybe video some of that when we go ahead and put it back in. Hopefully this gave you some ideas. This works really good, and well, that's it, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up in the other truck, get it over there, get it rebuilt and redone, and then maybe whenever I go to jam it back in, I'll make another quick video, and that ought to do it. So make sure you take care of your tools, and they will take care of you. See you in the next one.